Good morning, Professor and everyone. This presentation will focus on semantic domain of porn industry. Let's get started. This semantic domain including with 9 sections that are categorized by story, categorized by action, categorized by stars, categorized by details, A to Z alphabet, idioms and phrase, abbreviation, poise, and position. First is categorized by story. Standard including with Kuga and striptease. Kuga is an older woman that is interested in sexual relation with younger guys, and striptease is porn video cat cultures a matter of posing, dancing, undressing, masturbating, and sometimes having sex on camera. Next is fake, including with gonzo. Gonzo porn refers to a style of for reality-based adult content that puts the camera light into the action, often with one or more of the participants filming and performing sexual acts. Fantasy including with CFNM, fetish, and joy. CFNM stands for clothed female nude male. This term of fetish is often paired up with female domination and teasing. Fetish is a strong sexual interest in or obsession over some object, body part, or activity. Joy porn is the acronym for jerk off instruction porn. This is a category of XXX audio or video consisting of a nude woman or man, providing explicit instruction to viewers or listeners on how to masturbate. Next is taboo. Taboo including with cuckold and voyeur. Cuckold, this term refers to a porn that involves men who find pleasure watching their wife or girlfriends having sex with other men. Voyeur porn feeds the appetite some people have to secretly watch others engaging in sex acts. Next is categorized by action. This including with bukkake, fisting, limbing, DP, and piercing. Bukkake is a sex act that involves multiple men ejaculating onto another person's face or body. DP porn is all about double penetration, usually involving a woman having a threesome and inserting 2 penis into any combo of her mouth, vagina, or anus. Fisting is an extreme sexual activity that involves the insertion of an entire hand into the vagina or rectum and requires plenty of lubrication. Pissing porn is an extreme fetish featuring women and men urinating during sexual encounters. Limbing is licking anus, also known as analingus. Next is fetish. Fetish including with cream pie and swallow. Cream pie is the act of a huge penis ejaculating a hot, sticky load of semen inside a vagina or anus is something many porn viewers crave. Swallow is swallowing sex scene can involve one or more people performing the act and is not restricted to gender or as engaging ejaculate is a very common occurrence in gay porn videos.
Next is categorized by star. Contains 2 subcategories which are age and body detail. Let's start with age. In these subcategories, there are myth and grief. Myth is the acronym for matter I would like to facts used in pop culture to describe any women that having sex with children. And grief is the acronym for grandma I would like to fuck, used in pop culture to describe any older woman that having sex with children too. Another subcategory is body details, which contains BBW and BBC. BBW is the acronym for Big Beautiful Women, referring to larger women, usually oversized 14, rather than using the derogatory terms fat or chubby. And BBC is the acronym of Big Black Cock. Then we move to another category. It is categorized by details, which contain four subcategories. They are orientation, number, production, and details. We will start with orientation. In this section, it has 5 sexual orientations. They are lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and straight. Lesbian porn or lesbian sex video is a porn that involves homosexual women and usually features sexy babes kissing, fingering, sucking teeth, etc. Second, gay porn is a porn that involves homosexual men. Third, bisexual porn is a genre of pornography that most typically depicts men and at least one woman who all perform sex acts on each other. And fourth, trans porn is a video of trans having sex with men, women, as well as other transsexuals. And the last is straight. Straight sex or heterosexuality is defined by people of the opposite gender having intercourse. Then we move to second subcategories, number. It contains 2 types of number. There are threesome and orgy. A threesome is when 3 people are involved in a sexual encounter at the same time. And orgy porn is a porn that multiple people engaging in hardcore sex acts, often at a swinger parties. The subcategory is production. There are 2 productions that are interesting example, POV and SFW. POV is short for point of view and is a popular subgenre of porn. In this type of sex video, one of the participants is holding the camera and film themselves having sex. And SFW is short for safe for work videos, which can still be extremely sexy with voluptuous girls and hunky guys posing in provocative clothing in suggestive scene. Move to the last subcategory, details. There are 3 examples of detail we choose to present: ASMR, hentai, virtual reality. First, ASMR porn, which stand for Anonymous Sensory Meridian Response, also known as whisper porn, is an increasingly popular genre showing people moaning, whispering, cutting up objects, and making other sound into a microphone in order to elicit head tingle or head orgasm. Second, hentai is Japanese animation depicting graphic sexual scenes. And the last, virtual reality. Virtual reality porn, abbreviated to VR porn, is pornography viewable via a virtual reality headset that seeks to place the viewer in the middle of a sexual encounter and be able to interact with the adult entertainer.
Now we are here at A to Z alphabet category. In this part, I will represent only one from each alphabet due to time limitation. So let's get started with the first alphabet A. A. Angry dragon is when ejaculate chews up someone's nose during a blowjob and comes out of their nostrils. B. Brothel is a business establishment where prostitutes offer sexual services for money. C. Chocolate starfish is harmless term for the anus, sometimes used in derogatory sense against gay people. D. Dancer slap is slapping a person's face with your penis, refers to the urban region that the actor Tony Danza starred in a dark movie where he performed this act. For a true dancer, you have to yell, "Who's the boss?" E. H play is potentially dangerous sexual practices, often involving pain. F. Frottage is rubbing against someone else for sexual pleasure without engaging in penetration. G. Glory hole is a hole cut through a wall, allowing animal sex between people on either side of the wall. often found in a gay sex clubs. H. Hole in one is the act of sticking your dick in your own ass. J. Jackdacker is a husband that procures men to pay for sex with his wife. His motivation could be A. The recession. B. He's sick of doing the job himself. K. Garada. Garada is body harness drove drakes. L. Lotus is folding the legs in a floor sitting position like Buddha. The ankles are wrapped together. M. Momo is peach. Momo shibari is a form of tying the tight so the sock is for the knee with the head low to the floor and the buttocks raised so that resemble a peach. And Nuna is a sexual encounter during the lunchtime hour, especially one that takes place at the office. See also quickie. O. Oreo sex is when a white woman is sandwiched between two black men, with either one in her pussy and one in her ass, or one in her mouth and one from behind. Gay sex between two black men and a white man. P. Pork as into pork. It is a meaning to have sex with. Q. Quickie is sexual intercourse that is short in duration. R. Raw is sex without a condom, back. S. Smurf is slapping someone in the face with your penis. T. Tripping or scissoring is the form of mutual masturbation in which a woman rubs her vulva against her partner's body for sexual stimulation. U. Unload is to ejaculate. V. Vanilla is non-kinky traditional sex, usually between men and women. W. Western grip is when jerking up, turn your hand around so that your thumb is facing towards you. It is the same grip that rodeo folk use. X. X-rated, showing explicit sex acts, especially used to describe pornographic movies. Zap, Zaman, semen. Now we are here at idioms and phrases category. Let's get started with idioms. To bat play for both teams is to be bisexual. To bat or play for the other team is to be homosexual. To fuck or screw the dog pooch is to make an embarrassing error. Toss someone's salad is to perform oral sex on someone's anus. A fate worse than death is any misfortune that would make life unbearable. Babe magnet is a man to whom women are attracted. Bashing the bishop is masturbation. Bedroom eyes is an impression of the eyes that seem to invite sex. Boy toy is a young man who is the lover of an older, often wealthier woman. See toy boy. Bees with two bats is partner engaged in sexual intercourse. Close your eye and think of England is a reference to unwanted sexual intercourse. Come out of the closet is to reveal a secret about oneself, usually that one is gay, homosexual. Have the heart for somebody is to be sexually attracted to somebody. Knock up is to impregnate a woman. Red light district is neighborhood with many houses of prostitution. Sugar daddy is a rich man who is generous with younger women in return for sexual favors. The birds and the bees is human sexuality and reproduction. Rob the cradle is to be sexually or romantically involved with someone who is very young. Wandering eye is a tendency to look at and design women or men other than one committed romantic partner. We are here at phrase. To spend the night with someone is to have sex with someone and stay with them all night. To jump into bed with someone is to have sex with someone who you have just met. To lie with is an old phrase meaning to have sex with someone. Bum uglies is vulgar slang to have sex. Cake in the oven is a phrase often used to describe when someone is pregnant. Make love is to have sexual intercourse. Not safe for work and SFW is typically accompany online posts article or video that might be considered racy or otherwise inappropriate in the workplace. Man on the make is a man looking for sexual encounter. Netflix and chill is a distinct phrase mean to watch Netflix with a romantic prospect. Strapping the calendar is motivating often with rigorous exercise such that the skin of the penis is shed raw. Sleep with is a very appropriate term for having sex because it is so ambiguous. Ride the flagpole is a girl having sex with a guy as a ride one's flagpole.
Next is abbreviation ATM. ATM as to mouth. It means taking something that was previously in one person's bottom and then putting that thing directly into the mouth. BBJTCNQNS. It stands for a bareback blowjob to completion, no quit, no spit. CD cross dresser transvestite, a person and especially a male who adopts the dress and often the behavior typical of the opposite sex, especially for purpose of emotional or sexual gratification. CIM come in the mouth. DVDA double vaginal, double anal. MSOG multiple shots on the go mean that you can come more than once during your session. TUMA tongue up my ass.
And toys categories. There are sleeves, as known as masturbation sleeve, penis sleeves, or strokers, soft tubes that you put your penis into. Benva balls, as known as Kegel balls, Kegel trainers, vaginal balls, orgasm balls. Round objects that you put inside your vagina. They can help you do exercise that tone and strengthen your Kegel muscles.
Here, position category. Magic Mountain. Your partner sits, legs bent, leaning back on their hand and forearms. You do the same and then intuit them until you make contact. Ballet dancer. Standing on one foot, face your partner and wrap your other leg around their waist while they help support you. The shaman. Your partner sits on the edge of the bed and you sit on them facing away. Upstanding citizen. You straddle them, wrapping your legs around their body. They keep their knee unlocked and tight straight slightly. The snack. Lie down on your stomach and have your partner lie down on top of you and slide in front of behind. To conclude, from the semantic domain of porn industry, many words have their word formation. The obvious one is abbreviation, which is a major formation used in the internet language. Borrowing is also in demand because Japanese pornography industry greatly influenced the word pornography. According to the content mentioned before, it had many well-known words like bugage, hentai, kawaii, and etc. It is not only borrowing that is used to form new words, but also coinage and eponym, as the word leader Cheerio, which means honest, come from Cheerios. Cheerios is the cereal brand that is cereal hat rounded, shaped with a hole in the middle. You may understand why leader Cheerio means honest nouns. That brings the presentation to the end. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you very much.